everybody, and welcome to Tween Tuesday. I'm Miss Cindy from the South Brunswick Public Library, and today we are going to use paint and paper, cardboard, canvas, whatever you've got, to make something called masking tape art. Now, the reason that it's called masking tape art is because you use masking tape in the process of it, but the masking tape isn't actually part of the finished piece. You'll see what I mean when we actually get to it, but you're not going to need too many things for this, just some thick paper like cardstock, or even cardboard, canvas, wood, anything like that would work, and some paint. Don't forget your masking tape, or if you have it, painter's tape. So let's go. Okay, everybody, we're going to get started on our masking tape art. What you're going to need is paper. I suggest not regular paper, but probably thick paper like cardstock. If you have canvas, you can definitely use canvas. That would be really beautiful. Wood even, or even cardboard, as long as you just paint it white or it's already white to start with. But basically you want it to be thicker than regular paper. Tape. I'm using painter's tape, but it's called masking tape art because you can definitely use masking tape for it. And paint. So basically the idea is we are going to be using our tape to make clean lines on the paper to paint around, and then when we peel it off, we'll have a nice geometrical painting. So the paint is whatever paint colors you want. You can use a brush, you can use a sponge, you can do whatever style you like. So first what we're going to do is grab our tape. Now, even though masking tape and painter's tape is usually really easy to get off, you don't want it to be too sticky on the paper because you don't want it to peel the paper off too much or rip it. So what I like to do is just put it on my skin like that and rip it off. Basically, it shouldn't hurt because it's not a very hard tape, but do that, or do it on like a shirt or something like that. Just kind of, you want it to still be sticky, but be less sticky than it was before. And the way to do that is to coat it with, dust from your shirt, like lint particles, or oils from your hand. So now that it's less sticky, we're gonna stick it on here. We're gonna do the same thing for each one. You can do whatever shape you'd like. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be this specific one. You don't even need to do a lot of them, or you can do a ton of them, but you can do it like, you could just split it in half. You do literally whatever you want. I am a firm believer that art can be whatever you make it. All right, I put this one on my shorts a little bit. Keep in mind, the parts that are under this tape will be white. So you want to make sure to only put the tape where you want the white to be. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to come out with, but this looks like as cool of a design as any. So I'm going to grab my paint. The color palette that I'm going with is kind of a light blue, lightish green, and I'm thinking gray. I don't have gray paint, so I'm just going to make some really quickly. Touch of white, I can always add more. Give it a mix. You can use whatever kind of paint that you like. It doesn't have to be a specific kind. If you already have paint laying around at home, use that paint. I've said it before, and I will say it again, when you're mixing colors or ingredients for food, and you're trying to decide if you should add more of one thing or another, always finish mixing all the way before you add what you think you'll need. Sometimes you might not need more at all. Let's just finish. Yeah, I just wanted the gray to be a little bit lighter, but not too light, because again, underneath these lines is going to be white. So I want to make sure that I don't have it too light, because then it's just not going to show up and it's not going to look good. But I think that'll be cool. All right, I'm going to try using my sponge to start. So now we just paint. You do whatever you want. You use whatever color, whatever proportion, and just go for it. Okay, I think I am just about done with this, so I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling carefully. Yeah. See what I mean? It's ripping the paper towel that I put underneath, which is what I did not want to happen as much under the paper. It's okay if it does happen a little bit, but if you can minimize it, that's always good. Trying to make sure my hands are somewhat clean. Putting this in a pile here. I just keep cleaning my hands in the meantime. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, there you have it. It's not 100% perfect, but I think for a first time, it's a good start. I can always get a little bit of white paint and just kind of go over these little bits. But honestly, overall, I think it looks really cool the way it is. It's definitely unique and interesting and most certainly original. Okay, that is it. My painting has been drying and it is fully done. I really like that we can use the negative space being the stuff that's not painted, as part of the artwork, and you end up with something kind of funky and geometric. It's not perfect. There are some lines here that I could have fixed a little better. Plus, I had paint on my fingers when I was taking the tape off, so I think I got a little paint in some spots. But it's nothing that I can't go over maybe with a small brush and some white paint, or I might just leave it and try it again for next time. But you can make as many of these as you have the time, energy, and materials for, and they will always come out different and interesting depending on the pattern that you put the tape on and the way that you decide to paint it. Like this one, I decided to make a little ombre, kind of like a green into a light green, but I might do something completely different next time. That's the good thing about art. For me, it's almost never the same twice in a row, and I think that's what makes it special and interesting. All right, so that is all that I've got for you today, but don't forget to come see me next time on Tween Tuesday. Bye.